Let's get the vibe right. Welcome to the show. Bison Spotlight. Chip and B Smooth, bringing heat to your ears. He washing the mix, facing down all fears. From the court to the crowd where the legends are born. Howard University, we're breaking the norm. Bison Nation stands strong through thick and thin. Basketball vibes, it's more than a win. Every dribble, every shot, it's a story to tell. Ray of excellence, we ringing the bell. Chip Washington's the name, self-proclaimed fanatic. In the heart of the game, his passion's emphatic. Come on, let's ride with the Bison crew. Passion and pride in everything we do. Hoops and dreams, we're reaching for the stars. Bison Brothers Podcast is who we are. Come on, let's ride with the Bison crew. Passion and pride in everything we do. Hoops and dreams, we're reaching for the stars. Bison Brothers Podcast is who we are.
Welcome to season 2 of the Bison Brothers Basketball Podcast, your number 1 home for all things Bison basketball. My name is Chip Washington, the self-appointed Bison basketball fanatic.
What's up, my brothers? This is your boy B Smooth, Brian Foston, still the lover of all things Howard and the lover of all things basketball. What's going on tonight? E, what's up, baby?
What's up, man? You know, this E-Wash, as usual, got the basketball Jones, and I'm trying to bear down as I express all my hoop enthusiasm.
When did E start a new podcast? This is Bison Brothers Basketball. No lions. There's only a few lions and tigers in the show, right? No bears. No bears. Not until Morgan State shows up a little later in the program. Yes.
Oh, and this lady fooled me because she had a Morgan State tag, and I thought she was from the crib.
See?
Oh, I can see that.
Yes.
You know, I'm like, oh.
The colors will throw you off. Well,
yeah.
Well, Bison Nation, thank you again for joining us for another riveting episode of basketball insights and stories and all around useless information about Chicago Bears trivia. Tonight.
They didn't have to know.
They know now. We're an authentic show.
Yes.
And before we give you the lineup for tonight, we just want to say thank you for joining us opening week. It just warmed our heart to be able to host a couple of live shows for the opening of the men and women's season. You all have allowed us to believe that what we're doing is making sense, right? So we had a record number of people listening to the show. We actually dropped not 1, not 2, but 3 episodes to start off season 2 last Tuesday. Every Tuesday, dropping the hot stuff for you. And we just want to tell you thank you because everybody listened, tuned in. We had some of our best numbers so far. That means you're getting the word out. You're listening. You're tuning in. So, tonight, we're definitely going to keep the party going. We'll sprinkle into the show a few things that you may not know. Just like we always do, we're going to get some insights into the games that we just had over the last week. So we'll hear about 3 games in total. We'll also hopefully find out what's good for basketball. We understand in the pre-production show it was a bit melancholy, so we don't know. We may have to skip that segment if it's not as good as we thought it was going to be, but we're going to see. We're definitely going to hit you with some of our early over and under reactions. I believe we're going to get a little help from the team as we get into that. So Chip has been able to help us get some inside information, some inside content that we can share with the team. And we'll wrap up just like we do. We have a couple of exciting things coming up this next week that we want to put on the radar for you. So looking for a good show. So Chip, before we jump in, please let our Bison Nation fans and those who are just casually strolling by know why we do what we do.
Bison Nation and the casual Bison Nation, we are continuing the mission of this show is to get Bison Nation to support these championship teams. And you can do that in so many ways. You can do it financially. You can do it with your presence. You can do it word of mouth. So financially, you can donate to the Mecca Society. That is the team's name Image and Likeness Collective. And as a teaser, and not really a teaser because it's a part of this season, we have a donor, an anonymous donor that is going to match $25,000 as Bison Nation, as you continue to give to the Mecca Society. So all we have to do as our part is to give to the Mecca Society to get up to that $25,000, and that donor is going to match. So donate to the Mecca Society. You can do that by going to themeccasociety.org. You can also give through the Bison Express Booster Club at hubison.com. And you can give at fanstake.com using the code MECCA25. So many ways to donate your dollars to the team. And also go to the games. We have been seeing on the road and at the Burr. Bison Nation, you guys are showing up. Continue to do that. The team loves to see the herd, Bison Nation, in the stands. And as always, I would be remiss if I didn't remind you, please continue to tell everybody about this podcast, the #1 home for Bison basketball. So you can hear us, the Bison Brothers Basketball Podcast, just about anywhere. You can hear us on YouTube, on Spotify, on Apple, and you can follow us on Instagram at Bison Brothers Basketball. So hit the like button, hit the subscribe button right now. You're listening, comment, tell Bison Nation, tell Bison Nation what you think, and we are going to get into this show. So excited to talk about these teams.
I always get chills, Chip, whenever you tell us why we do what we do. And we're starting to see people make donations, and they're taking us for our word. And you know what? I realize now that I'm starting to see more feeds coming in from the Bison Express. They started a podcast as well. So if you're a podcast listener, podcast lover, there are a few more ways to learn about Howard sports. And Bison Express is just getting started on their journey. They're probably about a year behind us, but hey, it's a family. We want everybody to know that we're out here telling the stories that need to be told, right?
Indeed.
All right. So you guys ready to get it in? You still look like I'm still trying to make sure we get a what's good for basketball. I'm looking forward to that.
We ready.
And just this segment of recaps is sponsored by Chip's Confessions. Chip's Confessions. he's got a problem, and he wants you to join in and be a problem with him. So just know he's been letting people know that he's a fan of basketball, Howard basketball, and he has a reasonably unhealthy obsession with his exes from the basketball program. He's spending nights streaming and watching people that used to be Bison. He's got a problem. He's got a problem, ladies and gentlemen. So if you have a problem like Chip, please check out Chip's Confessions. He's going to bless us with a few more things that make us a little nervous about the show and whether we're going to need some permission to air some of that material. But before we warm it up, you know, we got to just warm it up like we're back in the Burr, right?
Can somebody say waiver though? Waiver. Let's
loosen up just a little bit, fellas. Brought to you by Showtime Marching Band. Often imitated but never duplicated. He has a prop for everything.
Yes.
Literally everything. When we come back, we're gonna jump right into our recaps. We're gonna start with our guys and get to the ladies who are still perfect. They're still perfect. So yeah. Woo! Welcome back to the show. It's your boy B Smooth. We got Chip, we got E-Wash, and you know it's our favorite segment. It is about recaps and insights from the past week, sponsored by Chip's Confessions. Oh,
Oh, these are my confessions.
These are my confessions.
Yes.
Yeah, we're gonna have to get Usher on the show. We're shooting big this year. We're going big. So again, we are coming to you. It's a weekly show. We're gonna start with our men. They had a chance to bounce back after a tough loss to Grambling, a SWAC opponent, Southwestern Athletic Conference opponent. They were able to host at the Burr Alcorn State Braves, right?
Yes.
Another SWAC opponent, another athletic team. Happens to be where I'm most nervous about my co-host Chip and his ability to watch a show with his wife, who is a Braves alum. And I didn't think he'd make it the show. If the outcome had been any differently, he may have to call in sick for the show. But
yes,
but we had a pretty good turn of events, man. We bounced back. So Chip, I want you to kick us off because you were in literally the den where anything could have popped off with two very devout alum of opposing schools were battling on the court.
Yes.
Give us your insights, and if you can, just tell us anything you can about watching the game with another avid fan like yourself from last Thursday.
Well, first of all, I was nervous because I did not want us to lose to Alcorn because I would have heard it would have been just to no end. The trash talking in this house would have been ridiculous. And I want to give a shout out to the men's team because they played into my shenanigans because I tweeted out, I said, hey, no pressure, men's basketball, but I'm trying to avoid sleeping on the couch tonight. So I'm gonna need y'all to pull out the dub. And they responded and were like, no couch for you tonight. But whatever you say, we not liable. So yeah.
So you was gonna volunteer for the couch? I'm trying to understand what the shakeout is.
the shakeout was gonna be she probably was gonna be roasting so much
that you could volunteer. Okay, all right.
Yeah,
that's what to be clear.
Yeah. So thank you to the men's team for pulling out that victory, 72-64, where I didn't have to go on the couch and suffer. But it was good. It was a good test, good bounce back. What I did not know before the game was that we were 6 players down due to illness. And so when the starting 5 came out and there were a whole lot of people that I didn't see, that made the couch started looking better and better. I was like, oh man, this ain't gonna be good. But the crew that we rolled out and they took care of business. Like I said, it was Alcorn gave us, they gave us a nice game. Like I said, the score was 72-64. I think we had we had some, I don't know if say breakout performances, and we can let you know whether or not we'll play this clip. But Travell, I think Travell Bryson kind of had a coming out.
Yeah.
And a lot of fans are starting to notice Travell. So I was glad to see that he had a good game, and your boy Bryce, always the consistent just leader and scorer. Now I saw, this is me with the agenda, because since we were down so many people, I liked, he only had a few minutes, Jeremiah Johnson, but he played 4 minutes, but he had 2 steals. And what I saw from an energy level was that EGB, like when the 4 minutes that he was out there were impactful. So I'd like to see some more minutes for Jeremiah, because I think he can impact the game from an EGB standpoint. And so, like I said, so I was good. I was happy to see his impact, even on a short time frame, in terms of this game. But no, everybody, I think Okoji, OC had a good game. It was just good. Like I said, even though we were down 6 people, that the people that played really, really contributed. It was just an overall team effort. I even liked Isaiah Brown, who's trying to get his legs kind of back under him after missing, a year. I still think he actually might end up being the starting point guard versus.
Hey,
I know. Well, no, what I'm saying is I think Cam would be better. I think Cam would be better at the 2 with Isaiah at the 1 because he was making some really good passes in his limited time. And to me, like I said, it's that consummate setup player that I think Isaiah could be and have Cam at the 2, which I think makes the team even more powerful. But we'll have to see how it goes and whether or not.
Now he doing bulletin board material for Andre.
On his own team. It'd be your own people. It'd be your own people.
Oh.
I'm just saying we're not at the part of over or under reactions just yet. So
no, that is my analysis.
That's his analysis. This is 3 games in, and he's already said who should be starting point guard.
Say
in
it.
3 games.
We're sorry, Mr. Gillis.
It's not a shot at Cam. I'm saying I think Cam would be better at the 2 because I think he's more of a kind of a sniper, shooter, scorer than a setup.
The words of Chip Washington.
Hey.
Oh no, we rock with him. We rock with him. So
just
I like
it.
Eyes. I like it. So tell me this, man. Because it was a good game, and as you mentioned, it was a good game until you realize a couple of things. One, Alcorn is winless, which means they hadn't won a game, and they still kept it pretty close. So says your wife. Shout out to Jess. She said we kept it close even though we hadn't won a game. And when I look at our stat line, a couple of things made me nervous about the stat lines. While we shot pretty well from the field, which I would expect, and we did fairly well in terms of rebounds and even some of the assists, I was concerned that we were outshot at the free throw line and the 3-point line from Alcorn. And I know for me, in past teams, we've had a better, free throw and 3-point shooting team. And for a winless team to actually outshoot us in places I thought we would have the advantage, it did take a team effort to win. That I appreciate. And again, I have to keep reminding myself, it's only 3 games in, and we're still trying to figure out our true collective identity. And as you pointed out so eloquently before the Cam Gillis part, you said there were 6 people missing, so we got a chance to see some people. So we knew our last year, our biggest opponent was attrition. We just didn't have people available when we needed them, and we had to have so many different lineups. So, to know we could win, even though a good chunk of our team wasn't available, made me feel good. And it was a bounce back game. It was absolutely a bounce back game. So I don't have a lot to add to it. I enjoyed watching the game. I enjoyed the physicality, the athleticism, or said differently, I like the fact we were dunking on folks. I think that, we talked about last time, people getting dunked on, and we didn't seem to have that response.
Yeah. Yes.
We turned around and said, let's see if we can get that to somebody else. So the athleticism is starting to emerge that I think we imagined this summer when we said, man, the folks on this team should be able to jump out the gym. It's time to start jumping and let them know that we're not just a finesse pass around the perimeter team and hopefully get a backdoor layup there. We need to dunk on some people and let them know. You come in here, you make
because we already got such stellar point guard play, we get in the paint a lot more thanks to Mr. Gillis. So, that has something to do with it too.
Yeah, but Chip said he's all right. He didn't say he was great though.
Chip said he's great. Replaced.
See, Cam. That's not what I said. I said I think Cam would thrive at the 2. I think we should put him at 2.
Was there anything else we picked up from the fellas, man? Because right now, it was a good bounce back win. I know we have a couple of games coming up that we'll talk about here later in the segment of the show. But right now, I think seeing us win kind of wire to wire, had the lead at halftime, obviously had the lead at the end of the game. We never really relinquished the lead, even though it got close at times. We build character every time we win a close game. So I am looking forward to. Actually, Chip, I'm actually looking forward to, if we have the clip, we'd love to see the insights you picked up in our new segment after the buzzer, where we do post-game interviews with coaches.
Really what you're saying is that in these close games, when you win a lot of close games, you got an opportunity to bear down and demonstrate some character. Yeah, I agree with that.
We about 20 minutes. We about 20 minutes into the show, and he's figured out how to bring the Chicago Bears back into it.
That's an excellent observation.
Anybody can help us with delusion, please call the show.
I got my Ian Wheeler up there, baby.
Yeah, he's not even on the team anymore, bro.
That's all right.
No.
That's all right.
No.
You know him because he was able to bet out.
I love it.
Next thing I know, we'll have the jersey from a man on Good Times who was supposed to play Thelma's husband.
Right.
You know, you should be. At least Larry Bird didn't play for the Bears, so you know.
Oh, yeah, look at this guy. He's a genius. He's a genius.
So Chip, since I think we're waking up a good what's for good for basketball. We're stirring it up. We stirring it up. If you're watching at home, we're stirring it up right now. We got the Chicago Bears
because of the pre-production.
and Larry Bird referenced in the same segment. Oh, it's gonna be a fire. It's gonna be fire.
Yeah.
States.
Oh yeah.
It's coming up in a little bit. But before we do,
Yes.
if we can hear from Coach Weaver some of the insights. I love that segment you put together, man.
Let's listen to Coach Weaver here.
With the illness, and we kind of
wait, hold on. We want to make sure you get all the Coach. 72-64 over Alcorn State. What do you think you learned about your team tonight?
We were down, I think 5 or 6 guys today with an illness, and we kind of got a little flu spreading around. But the biggest thing I learned about our guys, man, they're resilient and they were ready to go from the jump. And that was a big time win, especially a tough one to Grambling. Then to open the season, we lost to Missouri. So to get this home win, we talk about, defending home court, this is a great way to kind of, build and keep going. So I learned a lot about our group, man. We have a special group and I'm really excited. It didn't really seem like we were undermanned. That's, it just speaks to, their character, their resiliency tonight. So, overall good stuff.
I love that, Chip. Great work too, man. I know that you've been helping us get some unfettered, and really we're the only ones doing the post-game interviews this way, so we're getting real-time feedback right after the games end up. So thanks for bringing that to the show, and thanks for bringing that to Bison Nation right after the buzzer. So from that segment, man, what I enjoyed was that we're talking about character, we're talking about resilience, and we're talking about how we're taking every obstacle that could actually derail a season with people being injured, not available, and turning it into how do we grow the identity of the team. So I know we still got a few more games to come. I think we're going to have, some ups and downs, maybe more downs than ups early, because we have some pretty tough competition early. But to see us get off on this kind of a start where we said, hey, we're down people and we can still win. That's part of that early non-conference schedule. What I'm looking for from the non-conference schedule is how do we figure ourselves out? That's pretty cool.
And what I'm hoping for, like I said, and a shout out to Eric Peoples, who remembered our last episode, our episode from season 1 where we interviewed Travell, and he brought up the fact that Travell, always said he kind of starts slow as he, goes up each level. I mean, I have the clip if we want to play it, but I thought it was important to see, because I think, like I said, if we unlocked it, let's hear what Travell had to say about.
You got to help me with something, man, too, because I love the arc of your story in terms of every time you were afforded an opportunity to play at a higher level or better competition, you would start off slow and then kind of work your way up to playing and excelling, right? Tell me more about the slow starts, man. What do you attribute the slow starts to? You said where you went somewhere, you said, hey, I started off as a little slow, and then it picked up for me. So each stop you said, so just your starts when you said when you said it was a little slow for you. Talk to me more about that.
Yeah, so I would just say the starts, like how I played no starts, that wasn't really the player I was. Like I had to get in the groove of things, new coaches, new competition. Like as I kept playing, like in my basketball journey, like the competition went up and up and up. So you have to kind of you kind of gotta get drawn into that. Like in practices, like it's different, higher intensity. You got to get used to that stuff. But I'd say like really like the slow starts. That's really just how it's been my whole life with basketball. Like I started off slow at basketball. I wasn't that good, but as you keep going, you end up getting better and better. You end up getting the groove of things. You're more comfortable. The more comfortable you are, the better you play, the better player you are. So I just say like my slow starts, becoming into like, me getting more recognition. That's just how it's been like my whole life. Being starting slow or not being as good, and just figuring out a way. Like God's gonna always, like if you trying, God's always gonna make a way for you.
Amen.
But you gotta put in the work. You gotta be real with yourself.
I love that.
And there's Travell dunking.
Ooh, buddy.
Yes.
Yeah, I like that one.
I'm gonna need that on a T-shirt. Stat.
Yeah, so hopefully he ain't trademarked it or nothing yet.
Yeah, if he get his money up, let's talk about it. But shout out to the self-awareness for Travell. Shout out to the self-awareness because, I think when we saw the first couple of games, we saw a little bit of that slow start or let me get my feet under me, and then as you can see, he got his feet and everything up off the ground.
Yeah,
started saying,
like Drexler on that picture.
Allow me to introduce myself, right?
Exactly.
That's
so
awesome.
Looking forward to more of that.
Yeah, that's awesome. So let's switch gears because the men bounced back. I think we're going to talk about them in the over/under reactions and kind of what's coming next because we're excited about a few things they have going on the calendar this next week that we're going to check out. But let's switch to the ladies who remain perfect. I know only person on this call I believe saw this coming was Chip, or at least that's what he wants us to believe. Is that he believes that our non-conference schedule is such that he'd have a hard time believing we'd lose any game unless we just didn't play our best game.
You did say that.
He did.
You did say that.
He did.
I'm gonna go ahead and
give him some strong J on that. That's strong J. So Chip, we were able to check out 2 of those games in this 4-game winning streak to start off the season this past week. I know when we dropped our 3 episodes, check them out now on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple of season 2. We actually did have the George Washington game that last Tuesday, and it was a gritty game. I think I sent a note to you. We've had some gritty wins when we go against these teams that are not only in higher conferences, but ESPN tells us that we have a less than 30% chance to win these games. And we'll hear about it later, but just know that whenever we play what so-called better competition from so-called stronger conferences, I know I have a chip on my shoulder watching, and I can see that our young ladies have a chip on their shoulders when they play. And so let's talk about it, man. We just got a couple of games. It was we had George Washington last Tuesday, and then this past Saturday we had Elon. We went down to Elon, so two road games for us. And so let's talk about it, man. Tell me what you guys saw from the George Washington game. Any insights you want to share with Bison Nation?
You want to go first?
Go ahead, E.
I would say I got some deja vu all over again. Mostly from the standpoint of their level of athleticism. You can't, you can't underreact to, what they putting on display. It's not like, again, you watching the game and you're like, I hate to start sounding like Chip. They might not be on Howard.
Come on in. The water's warm.
Like,
the water's warm.
Hey, you know what? Oh, okay. For real. Like, okay.
There's plenty of space on the bandwagon. Plenty of space on the bandwagon right now. I like that.
Especially to do, like you say, 2 road games against what I will call, for at least one of them, kind of a legacy squad in terms of women's hoop. So see, I'm kind of working up my good for basketball lather too.
I see.
But yeah, I mean, George Washington is one of those mid-majors that's almost like Gonzaga that's always been putting out consistently top shelf women players. So, shout out to Coach Ty for even scheduling people like this. I was impressed, man. With the athleticism and the fact that it was a road game, and the composure they showed to kind of weather the little storm and handle their business, man. It's impressive. Impressive.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
What I see, and it's going to be a little bit of rinse and repeat, even when we talk about Elon and B. This harkens to a point you made last season, and I think it might have been more about the men's team. But I like that you can't tell who is going to be the key difference maker for this squad. There are so many difference, like there's so many number ones that I just, it kills me from when the announcers, George Washington, they're going to have to stop Zanaya Thomas, in order to pull out this game. And I'm just like, okay, maybe because I know the team better. I'm like, you're skipping over like 8 other players that could at any point, take over the game. So yeah, the depth is ridiculous. And it was on display in the George Washington game because we haven't even scratched the surface of this, like Zoe didn't shoot that well, in the game. Destiny Johnson didn't shoot that well in the game, but yet we still, pulled out a close win. So I'm like, come on, man, this is peanuts. We got, I don't even want to spend that much time on it, man. It's just...
Well, let's do this, right? Because I don't want to be the one who tries to bring a little levity here, but shout out to Ty Grace and Brian Davidson, the whole coaching staff. They definitely scouted and prepared the ladies like they do to go into a heated competition and actually show up. And there's something going on there where I'm keeping an eye on it, where we jump out early. We tend to, like a lot of the teams that reloaded with a lot of new players, we're starting to get some film on our team, which means we have to keep playing everybody, and everybody has to show up because you don't know who you need to stop. But, the GW game was interesting to me because statistically, GW outplayed us, especially because we would have these lapses where we wouldn't score for long stretches. And for a team as talented as we are, they can actually play defense and move the ball. And we have scorers at every position. When we don't score, it troubles me. And I know that's the part where I'm enjoying perfection. I already told you I like winning. I'm partial to winning. So if we're winning, I'm having a good time. And if we're losing, I'm trying to figure out what we learned. But I like winning more than I like losing. But I am paying attention to the fact that when we win, and I see stretches where we're not able to move the ball or not able to do that, and have some turnovers that are uncharacteristic for this team. That's my watch point right now. Right. So I want to make sure that we figure out what that looks like so that, when it becomes conference play or even playing the tournament, this is what we have to start to see. So I like the fact we're playing GW and quality teams like that. The other thing I'm worried about real quick is that GW had size at every position, not necessarily just height, but all of them seemed to be in the weight room and they were moving us around. And I know we've been in the weight room. People have been getting their strength up, but there was a clear size advantage they had, which made it very interesting because they were able to run some picks that you couldn't get around. And so, again, we were scrappy. We definitely, again, played really good defense at the end of the game. But, yeah, we held the lead basically and almost had to, go into overtime because that's how tight the game was. So shout out, to your point. I don't want to belabor it. I'm just saying that my watch points are going to be how do we start to move the ball on those pots where it gets a little stagnant. And I think and I think to your point, I think that's where, because we have talent at every position, I don't know if we got that. I don't know who that lead dog is just yet.
Yeah. And I think it remains to be, I mean, like I said, because there's so much depth, each game, it could be different. And I think we have the skill level for it to be different. Even kind of bleeding over into the Elon game, like the differences in terms of who was bringing the ball up in this game for stretches versus what happened in Elon, to me, let me know that they're still figuring out, how do we get the ball around? Who's the best to have on the floor to move the ball around? And so, but, to your point, we're winning while we're doing that, and I'm appreciating that. Sky's the limit.
So are you replacing the point guard on the women too?
I mean, we see that. But now we need the petty scroller.
Yes, petty.
Going.
Petty. I guess I didn't agree with the Chip. I just wow. I mean,
but we are kind of playing to, Ariella started a game, April started a game.
CB, everybody, I picked right up on
it. there's everybody has strengths, and
it's like kibbles and bits. You just throw it out there.
It could be a matchup thing because, to your point, B. This guy, I tell you, that's it.
It'd be on people. It'd be on people.
Look, my deep insight and couch analysis, because GW had such size across the board, right? Like April as the point guard might be best in that position because she's got the size to push, to push those people around. So maybe Ariella doesn't have the size for that game. So I think it's, it's going to be a matchup thing. And we can go either way. Ariella could start. April could start. Hey, there's no drop off in either scenario. So, yeah.
Did you kick E-Wash out the studio, man?
Of course not. Who would? I wouldn't do that. That would be a petty move.
Oh my God!
Let's bring him on back. Hey, there he is. Wasn't me, man.
He hit you with a censor button.
Not right.
It wasn't me.
It never is.
Oh man, that was awesome. That's awesome. So again, I know that winning the GW game was big, and again, I think you were able to get a few words with Coach BD after that game, and I think he affirmed a lot of what you've been saying in terms of just learning a lot about who we are and being ready for a team that's really good. I mean, that's probably the best team we've faced so far this season. Truly, good team, good coach over there as well. Good crosstown rivalry too. So it was nice to have Howard fans in the stands. So some people traveled for the game, which was what we love to see. Howard fans travel, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
So you want to hear from Coach BD after
that? I do. Right. We got a great new segment called After the Buzzer. Post-game interviews. We're the only podcast that's doing this for Howard basketball and Howard athletics, really. So check it out. This is really cool.
All right. Boom. Make any halftime adjustments, or just kind of stuck to your game plan for the whole game?
It's kind of, we just didn't really execute the way we wanted to. But I think we had opportunities to kind of take the game over. Multiple opportunities, especially in the first half, and then early in the second half, we got some opportunities. And
it sounded again like there was like Bison Nation was in the crowd. Did we have a decent crowd out there?
We had a great crowd. They were behind us the entire time, and we traveling now.
Hey, and congratulations,
Bison Nation is traveling,
joining the mid-major top 25. That news broke today. So,
nice.
Yeah, I saw that number 24 in the nation, mid-major top 25. So appreciate all the voters that's recognizing, what our team and our players are doing right now. And so, super proud of this start. We just trying to keep it going.
That's awesome, man.
Awesome.
Great work, Chip. After the buzzer, you can find that on Bison Brothers Basketball Podcast, baby. Check us out on YouTube. check us out on YouTube after the games. We drop them that night. Make sure people can check them out. And so Coach Davis hits you with some really cool information there, Chip. I appreciate you catching him in the moment. And I think just knowing that, we're proud of how the ladies are responding to the level of competition that comes across. You got to play the game, right? So I don't care what the stats say. I don't care what the great prognosticators at sports networks tell you. You got to play the game. You got to play the game. So we jetted out of DC. We took a road trip down to just between Durham and Greensboro, a little place called Elon. Beautiful school, well appointed, well decorated, a lot of resources, and again, a team that was supposed to beat the brakes off of our little old Howard women's basketball team, and they were in for a different evening.
Oh yeah.
So Chip, I know I was excited. I'm here in North Carolina. I couldn't make the game. I was hanging out for a surprise birthday party for a buddy of mine down on the coast, several hours away. But best believe when we got done playing golf, I tuned in to Flow Sports because you got to have access to see our games by any means necessary. And in that particular game, even though Elon was favored, the Phoenix were favored. It was the Bison who seemed to have that game in hand most, if not all, of the game. Again, so what did you all see? What did you see during that game that made you say, "Wow, 4-0, huh?"
I saw them show a certain level of aggression out the gate. And again, I think that's because they kind of got their own internal assessment of themselves. Like I hate to sound like Chip again, there's no reason for us to come out here.
I think you trying to get kicked out the studio. Come on now.
There's no reason for us to come out here and act like these people are better than us. There's just no need to do that.
Real talk. They
handle their business, man. Yeah. So especially, after I saw we had another Chicago stand-up moment because dang, I'm having a brain fart. How you say her last name? Say her last name.
Hennigan from Chicago?
Yeah.
Yes.
Ari.
Yeah, I saw multiple moments where I even kind of asked myself, and I when you were asking for the questions, Chip, the more I watched her play, I was like, wow, she's acting like this was not a difficult transition for her at all. It's like, well, I was her in high school. Why can't I be her right now? That seemed like that's how she was playing to me.
She's a baller. She's a bona fide baller, man.
Yeah.
Bona fide baller.
So
just for those who didn't get a chance to check in, we did prevail. The final score is 56-46, 10-point victory. The game felt a lot closer than the final score because we were neck and neck through most of the first two quarters. I think the third quarter was when we jumped out to almost doubling their score output, and that put us in the driver's seat. And then we just kind of held on to the end. But it was, again, another gritty win. You're going to hear us say that a lot when we're going against teams. It seems like we're up, and then all of a sudden we're tied. And then, it's a 1-point game. It's a 2-point game. And we're maintaining leads, and we're getting scores when we need to. And to Chip your point, it's fun when we see different people show up and score. So the sheet is never just one player. We definitely get a lot from Z. She tends to set the tone, but by the time we get to the end of the game, you look up and there's a collection of players that have contributed, and you just you look forward to see who's going to be that mix right at the end. So
you know what, Chip? If I didn't know any better, I would say B Smooth sounds like Ben Johnson.
And how so?
Because
please.
it don't matter how you win. A win is a win. And the way you get those wins is to bear down in those critical moments.
I'm pretty sure next time you get kicked out of the studio, it's gonna be me. I'm gonna do it like this too. I'm like,
Yeah,
shout
man.
out, shout out
week
shout out
after
to the
week, win after win, close to win. How do they do it?
That's the question I ask myself every week. And I find myself asking that tonight even more. How does he do it? How does he figure out how to put the Bears in a Bison basketball show? We're gonna have to figure it out. So any other insights from the Elon game you want to share with Bison Nation?
So for me, I would say, again, like I said, the contributions up and down the roster made this, and for us to not have, like I said, good shooting nights from several of our, major minutes players, it just lets me know that there's so much room for growth, for this team. I mean, I was glad to see Selah, hit a couple of key buckets, and she had some good defense.
Yes.
I'm seeing a theme of my girl Rain. Rain is a bully. Now she only had 2 points. But if you see the way that she went down in the post and just and put them 2 points on the defender, I was like, yeah. So we got the last game where she squaring up on people. Now she just bullying people in the post. I'm liking what I'm saying, and what I like about it is it's another post. We got Z Payne down there abusing people in the post, and I think now we can probably look for Rain to establish herself in the post when you need a bucket. And to E's point, always about playing outside or inside out. You throw it in the Rain, they're gonna have to pay attention because she's either going through the defender or they're gonna collapse and she's gonna shoot, kick it out to a multitude of potential 3-point shooters, Zoe or Destiny or Ariella or April. It's like pick your poison. So yeah. And man, the way Zoe was looking in Elon, just looking like DeMar DeRozan, just a mid-range assassin. It's so much to be excited about that I saw with this game. And yeah.
Yeah, no, it's absolutely right. Shout out to home team. RA, showed up big on the point sheets, on the stat sheet side with the points. Z Payne definitely had a double going. That's going to be her march towards a potential MEAC Player of the Year championship kind of material that she's building right now. What I love though is that when you look at the spread of the statistics, it reminds me of some of our comparable programs we like to compare to on this show, where everybody just does what it takes to win. And so, you're not looking for somebody to score 20, 30 a game like we may have in the past, because we had that kind of balance where somebody had to score a lot of points to keep us in games. It's nice to know we can be in games and you can have single digits across more players, but collectively they're scoring enough points to win. And again, I love the fact that I guess Rain has given us the toughness personified, but collectively, I don't know. This team makes me nervous when I said they show up. It's like, yeah, you still got to win. Like, we're here. And I said, wow, to
E's point, like you can see when they walk on the floor, it's like, yeah, we're the better team. We're here to win. Like even now, Miller, like the calmness that she has when she's blocking shots or getting boards or getting steals, it's just like this is what I do. So yeah.
So since Chip is staying with the bully theme, basically he's saying they walking out there like, how much you got on my 40, homie?
Pretty much.
That's right.
Pretty much.
You can't take your ball to go home if you take your ball. Just saying.
Right.
So this is good. So again, 4-0 perfection, and this was a great recap week for us, because this is probably the first time the teams all won in that same time period. So it's fun. Isn't it fun when we win? I like it. It's
and like I said, it's 4-0 for the women, and they haven't even played their best game. I'm gonna discount the FAMU That's the insider joke there with FAMU. But I'm gonna discount that game because FAMU was really just they just weren't that competitive. So it's kind of really hard to. But for these other games, like we haven't even. I say we probably played 30% of our capacity, and so to go on the road and beat these teams at 30% capacity, that's why I'm like, oh yeah, this the rest of the schedule, everybody's in trouble. So,
okay, he lost me at the 30% B, but okay.
It's just he's letting you know there's room for more. There's room for more. So here's what we'll do, right? Because we definitely want to get some over/under reactions going and maybe take a quick look ahead before we wrap up tonight's show. But before we do,
I wanted to play because from the game, from the Elon game. This was I don't know if I remember seeing this from last season. Just a sample of how good she's looking. Running the offense, moving the ball, dying.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
yeah,
that was just,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we just, man, I can't wait to get to the overreaction statement. Come on. Go.
I can't wait to get there too. As long as we can stay out of Soldier Field, we'll be all right. Bison Nation, please tune in. And as we switch gears to get into what's good for basketball, just remember, please subscribe. Please let people know about the podcast. It's your number one source for all things Howard men and women's basketball. And as you can tell, we're expanding the program here in season 2 to make sure we can get you those stories and insights that you can't get anywhere else. This is where you come to get all that stuff so you can become the best fans possible. So definitely want to switch gears here. We need to know what's good for basketball.
Well, I'm so glad you asked, B Smooth. I'm so glad you asked. Because, as you mentioned in our pre-production moment, I got to mulling things around a little bit, and then I thought about, when I was doing my research, and I was looking at Elon's website about the women's team, and I didn't realize their coach was Charlotte Smith. I don't know, she played for the University of North Carolina. She was the most outstanding player of the women's Final Four in 1994. She's the second woman to dunk in a college basketball game. A lot of history there. Played in WNBA. And it got me to thinking when we talked to Coach Ty during homecoming and how she was talking about her connection with Ann Myers, I think it was. Some Hall of Fame coach. I think it was Ann Myers. And we talked a little bit about the legacy and all that thing. And I thought to myself, man, it is amazing to see where the women's game has gone, to see the kind of attention they get, that the women's college game and the WNBA seem to be on the rise. And I thought to myself, you know what? Title IX is good for basketball. Title IX is good for basketball, man, because without Title IX, we wouldn't have any of these moments that we're experiencing right now. And to see a school like our alma mater just kind of reach into the stratosphere with it is nothing short of amazing, man. So Title IX, we want to shout out Title IX, and that's what's good for basketball. Elevating women's sports.
Hey, this guy coming through. Yeah,
that's what's up.
That was dope, man. Look at you. He had to warm up. See, I like that.
Well, that's why I had my church fan earlier.
You did. In Bison Nation, if you could just imagine, it must be 100 degrees in there because he got a sweatshirt on and he's swinging that fan like he had to sit in the front row of the church. There was some prayers needed, though. Prayers needed. So that was really dope, man. What's good for basketball is dope. All right, so we're gonna play a quick intro to over under reactions, and we'll get into it because I think we have some fun ones today. And so on the other side of the break here, over and under reaction. Yeah, man. I can't wait to go to another early morning practice. Shout out to people who don't sleep. That's what we do. That's what we do. So welcome back to the show. It's your boy B Smooth. We got Chip Washington and E Wash. We just heard a wonderful, well-appointed What's Good for Basketball and Title IX being good for basketball, especially in the ladies game. This on the rise. And thank you, E, for keeping us honest about the historical significance of what we do. I appreciate you. So now, this is our favorite part of the program, and hopefully it's yours too. This is where we get to over and underreact to a very small sample size of the season. We make slightly larger projections about what we see based on a very small selection of things that you may have witnessed or are even available for consumption. And so now, I would like to warp my way around the horn. Let's who wants to start us off with their over and or under reactions? Who would like to start us off today?
Go ahead, E Wash.
He's in the front of the class. Let's get it, E.
Okay, so you can't overreact to the Bison women's ability to bear down and win the Super Bowl.
Where's the mute button for this cat? This dude. I believe E Wash wants this to be a duo, not a trio. Is that all you got, brother? Before we ask you to step back in the green room.
Nah, real talk.
This dude.
Sorry. I don't want to underreact to the women being undefeated. Yeah, don't underreact to that.
Okay.
And I guess my overreaction would be you can't overreact to the men or women's ability seem like to keep coming back from deficits in close games and pulling it out. Obviously the women more than the men so far, but they both seem to have that tendency. Yeah. I now that I think about it, I throw one more in there. You can't overreact to, given the climate that we're in, our coaching staff's ability to manage departures and still win and still field a serious roster. So don't overreact to that.
I love that. I love that. That was good. That was good. That was 30% better than I thought it was going to be. Like that? You like how I did that? There's room for it to be better. There's room for it to be better. Chip, what you got for over under reaction, sir?
All right, so I gotta play a video for context for my over and under reactions.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, wait. We want to go back.
Oh, the party's not over.
Hey, ESPN gonna stop doubting us, boy. They said 22% again. Stop doubting us. Beat the odds again. Hey, ESPN, stop doubting us.
That was dope.
Yeah, that's definitely dope. So what else you got there, Chip? What you got for that?
So it's almost a continuation. That's a team right there. That's a confident team that is only scratching the surface of how good they can be. So at 30%, at 30% capacity,
Not 30,
where
not 30.
they can continue to go up again. I ask you, I ask Bison Nation, show me where the loss is coming with this upcoming schedule. I don't see it. Like, just like ESPN was discounting this team, I'm not discounting this team because I know what they can do, because we're going to get better as we play these games. So, like I said, I know they can't say it. You know, Coach BD said it in one of the after the buzzer. He's like, we got to play, you know, every game. You know, we can't look ahead. Well, that's because he's a responsible adult human being. Basketball fanatic. The schedule, and I don't see about the only thing. Remember, I said last time, unless a school was ranked, you know, maybe that'll provide us a little challenge. So December 5th, we play Fairfield. Now Fairfield wasn't ranked, but they did get some votes for the top 25. So maybe that'll be a challenge when we play Fairfield. But other than that, I don't see any L's coming.
So CB, we're not responsible for what he says, and he's not responsible for what he says.
Hey,
this guy.
Hey, we'll see at the end of the season. Yeah.
Okay.
30%.
Any other reactions, brother? You went in with the video montage and everything. Anything else? Oh,
VCU, Monmouth, William and Mary.
Second week, second full week, the third week. Okay.
Right.
Okay. All right.
Y'all seen that? Y'all seen that product on the floor?
That's true.
We have.
So at 30%.
All right. So here we go. I don't.
Okay. Wait. All right. Here, this will be the last.
No more. You killing me.
All right.
You gotta save it.
All right. I'll save it.
You got 30%. You got 30% out. Let's let it marinate. All right. So Bison Nation, I come to you.
He said, no.
And I bring peace. I bring peace. I want you to know that of all of us on this show, I'm going to bring you something that is something we really do need to worry about and overreact about a little bit. Because what's happening now is that while I continue to enjoy, just like my co-host, the sheer dominance of our women's team, even at 30% of their capacity, I will tell you that I'm nervous about how the identity is going to be adjusted for with our men's team, because we are going into a week where we're going to play a pretty big school, a noted blue chip, blue blood program. And whenever we are put on a stage like that, it seems to not bring out the best in us. And I'm hoping that doesn't derail our ability to become the team we need to be to compete. And so I know all fun and games, we're going to have some fun, but based on the non-conference schedule and what it's supposed to do, I'm always a little bit worried where when a team that we just faced like Alcorn takes us almost to the wire and we go to another level of competition that we know is clearly not from Mississippi, right? And so my reaction is to make sure that we stay level-headed even when we face some adversity over the next couple of weeks as we start to get into the meat of our men's non-conference schedule. And I'll be looking for the wins with the women, but I'm looking for how do we not have too many high highs and too many low lows as we're trying to get ready for conference play. So that's my reaction this early in the season. It's a small sample size, large expectations for a small sample size. And that's my over and under reactions for this week.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. See, Chip can't hold off. He wants to tell me what it was. We can't do it. You gotta hold it. You gotta hold it. So listen, we gotta let people know what's coming up this week. So who are the ladies playing this week, Chip? Who do we look forward to them playing?
On Monday, the ladies are playing VCU. Now, VCU, another vaunted program. But the only thing that has me, I wouldn't necessarily say concerned, but they got one player who's 6'7", which is, on the women's side, very much an advantage. So I'm very interested. Now, to me, probably need to put rain on her because you might need, go have the bully, get the bully on her.
Sure.
But so they I think they're 2-1. Probably be another formidable opponent, and I am interested to see how we handle the young lady that's 6'7" on their squad. She used to play for Maryland, so she's no slouch. That's what we got up for the women.
Yeah, and I think later in the week we tackle Monmouth as well. Shout out to New Jersey. So hopefully we'll have some of our New Jersey fans come out for that game there. That's like South Central Jersey there. So that'd be good. So that's the ladies. And then on the men's side, the men play a few teams this upcoming week. Who do we have in the hopper?
Got Stetson coming up on Wednesday the 19th. And then, of course, we got the weekend, Niagara and Duke. And the Bison Brothers Basketball Podcast will be on site in Cameron Indoor Stadium.
Breaking news.
To bring you everything from that weekend from the Brotherhood run. So,
Hey, Ewash, you excited about that, man?
Oh man, I'm trying to not let my chair spinning around right now.
I love that. Yeah.
I'm excited. I'm excited to kind of interact with the Cameron crazies, show them a little Bison Brotherhood type deal. Yeah, I got some things in store.
Yeah, you heard it here, Bison Nation. We're on the road to Cameron Indoor. We'll be in Durham this weekend for the big games, and it's 2 games. I'm not finding a lot of information that I need to find yet on the one on Saturday, but I plan to be at as many of the games I can be at. So it'll be next Sunday. We'll be in Cameron playing Duke, and it looks like a lot of folks from Duke are trying to come to the game, even though they're already there. They want to come pack the house and see what this Howard Bison stuff's all about. So they'll get to meet the Bison brothers, and that's going to be off the chain, right? So
And one note on with Niagara, I mean, at least from a MEAC standpoint, they did beat Delaware State earlier in the year, so we probably can't take Niagara for granted.
That's right. Yeah. Cool concept. They're well coached. They all come from the same Coach K tree in terms of being coached by one of the greatest to ever do it. And I expect them to be well coached, just like Howard's well coached as well. So it'll be a tough one. Like I said, it'll be this weekend. It'll be fun to have everybody hang out in North Carolina for that.
I just realized. Well, I didn't just realize this. I just thought about the fact that Coach Krzyzewski is from Chicago, and he probably experiences a lot of turmoil when all his players come back. He's so happy to see him. He has to bear down.
Yeah. I knew it. I knew it.
This dude.
Yeah. So, just got to bear down. That's all.
So hopefully Bison Nation there, somebody in there, when you're listening to this, if you love the Chicago Bears as much as you watch, please comment. Please comment and go to our Instagram account. Please tell us that it's okay that Ewash understands that football and basketball aren't played with the same rules, same balls, same timelines.
You got to be a bully.
And it's what's amazing. Just so you all know, Bison Nation, what's amazing is he's been able to piece together something about Chicago Bears through an entire show about basketball. I don't know. So what I'm looking for here is a way for us to make sure we keep the main thing, E.
No question.
So I mean, we let you get away with that Larry Bird stuff because it's basketball. But now you out here to talk about the Bears, and that's nothing to do with basketball.
I did not bring up the Bears. It's just coincidental that, when you bear down, sometimes people think of the monsters of the Midway. I can't help that.
I'm seeing that you can't. I'm seeing that you can't. I'm gonna have to work through this. It's early in the season, family. If you're tuning in, just know that if there's any editing and you don't see E-Wash, it's self-inflicted. It's self-inflicted. But here's what's going to happen, right? So as we come to the close of yet another very interesting show about Howard University basketball, just in case you weren't paying attention in the production meeting or on the show, we want you to know that as we continue to be excited about what's going on with our men and women's teams, we're still seeing if we can chase not just perfection, but just getting better, right? Bit better than 30%, right? We want to see our men. We want to see our men continue to blossom into the team they're supposed to be. We have a lot of new players, and we're hoping that we see enough of them so we can get excited about what kind of championship aspirations we have for both teams. So, this non-conference schedule is very important. And these next few weeks, as we come to you, we're going to show you what we can, and hopefully we'll show you what identity, we're starting to form for each of our teams. So, Chip, before we get out of here, please let Bison Nation know what we need to do. What's the call to action tonight, bro?
The call to action right now is scrolling. It's scrolling on the screen. You need to donate to the Mecca Society for both the men and the women's team. So as you watch this show, you'll see we have the link scrolling across the bottom for the men, and now we have it scrolling for the women. Donate to the Mecca Society so that we can keep supporting these championship teams, this dream factory, and then donate as well through the Bison Express Booster Club at hubison.com and at FanStake using the code MECCA25. And please continue to go to the games. If you're in Richmond or you're in Durham this weekend, Bison Nation, we want to see you. Come on, roll on out to Cameron Indoor Stadium and let's show the Cameron crazies what Bison Nation is all about. So continue to come to the games and support these teams. And as always, family, Bison Nation, tell everyone about this podcast, your number one home for everything Howard University basketball. You can hear us on YouTube, on Spotify, on Apple, and you can follow us on Instagram at Bison Brothers Basketball. So please do all those things as these championship teams continue to excel and continue to grow. And we're here to bring you everything that we can. Bison Nation. Yes. And fellas, you know how we're going to end this show. Like we end all of our shows. Bison Nation, come with me. You know.